Yeah, it's been nice over the last couple weeks, just bonding closer with those guys and getting to see how they think, how they work, how they coach. Every coach has a different style, different philosophy and whatnot. So it takes some time to kind of build up that relationship. And I think, this spring has been really good to be able to get all those guys together and be able to, work as a group and see how everybody flows together. And I think it's been great. I think we're working really well together. And it's nice to get out here, in front of some fans and some new scenery and just be able to test things out.
What's been kind of the primary difference between Coach McGovern and Coach Azzanaro as far as the way they like to run things?
I think they're pretty similar as far as like personality-wise, but obviously, Coach McGovern's been so primarily more in the NFL, and so he runs a lot more of kind of that style type of stuff. He thinks more of in those terms, and the way he teaches obviously is just a different philosophy and the way that he sees the game. I think it's always good to get a different perspective and be able to have a guy come in with that much experience and be able to just share that knowledge with you. Anybody who's been coaching that long, been coaching 36, 37 years, they got a lot of football in them, and so just be able to pick his brain, see how he thinks, it's been great for us.
Is that hard to adapt to, or has he brought it on slowly with like little tweaks here and there, especially for different position groups?
I think he's been really good with it over the course of spring. Typically, in a camp, you'll try and install a lot of, you'll throw a bunch of stuff out, see how much the guys can pick up on it, how much sticks with us, what works well, what guys like, what they struggle with, and then you kind of work back from there. So I think he's thrown a lot at us, and we've adapted well, and we have a lot of things obviously to work on still. But it's been good being able to just see tons of different types of defenses, and just be able to play around with who we are as a defense and try to figure that out.
Defenders throughout spring have said that Coach McGovern really talks to everybody individually. What has he said to you? Giving you advice?
Yeah, I think he's a real personal guy, a personal coach. The way he coaches, he likes to, obviously he's the defensive coordinator, so he's going to speak in generalities when he's coaching in front of the defense. But when he pulls you aside one-on-one, he's very personal. You can tell that he pays attention on every single rep, that he watches all the film of the whole entire practice, and that he stores that in his brain. And whenever he sees you in the hallway, he gives you really specific coaching tips. And I think that's been really good. He always, is kind of tweaking my pass rush and different stuff like that. When we're at lunch or random times, he'll kind of just pull you over. And I think it's been awesome to have a guy like that, a brain like that, the way he works.
What have you thought of the Murphy twins? They obviously get in the backfield a lot, and then Salo, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that correctly, but he's covering a lot of territory and being very disruptive as well.
Yeah, we've had a bunch of new additions on the defense. Obviously, the Murphy twins have been doing great, providing a lot of pressure off the edge. And then, in the middle, we got a couple guys coming in and being able to see them work around each other. I think the biggest thing I said is probably just being able to have, with a bunch of new guys in on defense and a lot of turnover from last year, just being able to come out and try and work the communication and figure out how guys play. It's the same, like I said, the same point before with the coaches, having new coaches. When you have new players, you got to figure out how that guy thinks, how is he going to react, because football is all a game of reaction. So if you can understand what the guy in front of you is going to do, and then you behind him can react off of him, that makes you, the defense, that much better.
What's your role in the communication?
As far as like down to down?
Yeah, just among the guys.
Yeah, I mean, typically outside backer, you're not really calling the defense or anything like that. That's more middle linebacker. But I'd say every guy on the field is going to communicate, and any guy that see things, there's no secrets in football. So that's what they say. So if you see something, you're going to call it out. And obviously we're saying little things here and there on the D line and communicating in the back end and whatnot. But overall, I think the thing we've been doing really well is just communicating as a whole. The entire defense is being able to talk and see things out, and be able to have the guys that have had some more downs be able to feel comfortable stepping up and just communicating that out on the field.
What's it been like working with Ken Norton?
Yeah, I haven't worked with him directly as far as position-wise, but when we're in drills, different drills, working on special teams and whatnot, he's been a great guy. And, he's kind of the same thing as Coach McGovern. Obviously, he's got tons of football knowledge, so being able to pick his brain as well. I always sit kind of next to him in our team defensive meetings, and he's always kind of whispering things, saying stuff and whatnot, stuff that he sees on the film, and just little things that maybe I myself, who's only been this is my 5th year coming up, comparatively to him, like, you know, obviously I don't know anything compared to him, you know, in a scale wise. So being able to pick up the little things and things that he sees that I don't really see that, you know, being able to work off him has been great.
Thanks, Bo.
Thank you.